Studios on the Tampa St. Pete Sports Connection radio network, streaming on FloridaSportsStream.com. Tee it high and let it fly on the T Florida and Ice Pick Vodka.
Hi there, I'm Robin Savage, stand-up comic. Are you sick of the news getting pushed around by two sides, always saying the other side is wrong? You deserve to enjoy the news.
That's what's up, Robin. I'm your host, Mac James, from Stand Up News. We're stand-up comics, and we tell the news. The news doesn't have any legs and can't stand up for its own self. Join us and special guests like local hero comics like Donnie Stopa, all the way to legends like Tommy Chong, every Thursday, 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. here on WTAN Radio.
Hello, this is the one and only Robbie the Shark. I want to welcome you to the new program, All Groovy, man. I just want a bunch of folks in front of my porch. Let's have a Coca-Cola, a sweet tea, or whatever your drink of flavor is, and let's just talk about life and how far we've come. It's on the only 1340 WTAN 10 Talk Radio Network.
It's All Groovy with Robbie the Shark, Thursdays from 8 to 9 p.m. Listen at your own risk.
This is the Tan Talk Radio Network.
Good morning, everyone. You're listening to the Knife and Fork Radio Show with your hosts, Mike and Eric. Hopefully everyone had a really good week since last Thursday. I know I did. Mike, how's your week since we talked last?
Oh, man, it's been amazing.
That's what I like to hear. Yeah. Amazing is a good way to describe your week. I love it.
It's a very good way.
I love it.
Colorful way.
You had an anniversary last week, from what I understand. Did you not?
I did.
Awesome.
9 years married, man.
9 years, man. You got 1 year on me, man. I got 8. You got 9. And I think we're only like a month apart.
Yeah,
right? I'm April. You're March. Yeah.
Yes. We're not far apart.
No, I'm sorry, May, or I don't know. Whatever it is.
Let's don't get into dates, bro. We're going to
a year and a month. Ed, how you doing back there in the studio?
I'm all right.
You watching the riots on the television back there? I see a big smile on your face. You look like you're looking at something.
I'm looking at these kids that are getting kicked off, these protesters.
Yeah.
All of their stuff has been left behind. You know, the tents.
Oh, yeah.
Brand new coolers.
Everything.
I need stuff. I mean, look, we got fans and still in boxes.
What?
Are you suggesting we go loot this riot?
Hey, there was certain organizations in 2020 that are laughing at these protests. They're like, where's the looting?
Yeah, you got that right.
Where are the overturned cars and fires?
Yeah, there's no cars burning yet, but give it time, though.
There's some flags burning, I think. I think that's about it.
Yeah, there might be.
They have destroyed that school.
I know. It's terrible.
Is that the one in Columbia?
No.
That's UCLA.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
They have
UCLA
destroyed that school.
Yeah, it's crazy. That's another one now. Yeah,
man.
It's pretty wild. It's a crazy world that we live in right now. There's a lot of weird stuff happening. Very strange times.
I'd like for them to go to Polk County.
But, Grady Judd will take care of business.
With Mr. I don't call many people Mr.
Yeah, no,
Mr. Grady Judd would handle that.
Mr. Grady Judd.
He would handle that immediately.
You ever hear that story with him when there's something going on? I don't remember what it was, but they had to shoot this suspect, right?
Oh, I remember. Yeah.
And the reporter asked him, why did you shoot him 28 times? And Grady Judd's response was, because we ran out of bullets. He unloaded more of me.
Here's one of my favorite from Grady Judd.
So just chill out.
Man, it's so
drink
funny.
7-Up. Eat a moon pie. Quit murdering people.
Eat a moon pie.
Eat a moon pie and stop
like
murdering.
That. I love it.
That's my new favorite line.
That guy cracks me up, man. Every time I see him on TV, I'm like, I got to hear what this guy's going to say.
I just want to shake his hand. That's all.
Yeah, Mr. Grady Judd.
Mr. Grady Judd, a.k.a. John Wayne.
Oh, my God. Yeah, exactly. You're exactly right. Oh, wow.
Our personal hero.
Good little introduction to the show. I was telling Mike right before we got the show started, I never look at gas prices ever, and I'm because if I need gas, I just go and I put gas in the car, I'm not going to drive 7 miles down the road to save 3 or 4 cents on a gallon. I'm just going to go get gas wherever it is. So I never really pay attention to what the prices are. I know that I'm paying for it. I just don't realize, how much it is. I'm stopped at a traffic light this morning. $3.66 a gallon for regular unleaded right now. 87. That's insanity. I mean, I was. No.
Insanity was close when it was closer to 5.
Well, yeah, I remember, but we're getting there again.
We'll give it a couple weeks.
We're talking about almost $200 to fill your car.
Yeah, I know. We're getting there again. Any time now, it's going to be back again. Fuel surcharges. Every invoice I get at the restaurant's got a fuel surcharge again.
Everything.
They went away for a little while. Now they're back. You know what I mean? And you can't avoid it. You have to pay it.
You have to pay it, and it's every single time.
Every single time, every single vendor, every single invoice that comes in has got a fuel surcharge.
If you're lucky, it's a flat rate, not a like a rate per weight or something like that. If you're lucky.
Yeah, it's usually like $5 or $7 is what I see on the bottom on my bills.
I don't know how these people with these big boats do it. Those big boats. You ever see those boats with like 4 or 5 outboards on the back?
Absolutely. Yeah.
You gotta just turn the gas can upside down and let it flow.
Like those big, what are they called? Grady Whites, those big fishing boats with they're
like 200-gallon tanks.
Yeah, it's insanity.
Hey,
it's insanity.
Go out for the afternoon. That'll be $400, please.
Well, yeah, just to start it up. Just to start it up, it's $400. Yeah, it's amazing. But who knows? Who knows what's going on out there? All I do is I go to work, I run my restaurant, and I come home and I just keep to myself. And that's the best way to go about it.
That's the only way to go about it.
That's it. But yes, anyway, listen, everybody, phone lines are open, 727-441-3000. You got Mike over here, you got Eric, you got Ed back there. We're here to take your calls. Hopefully we have a good time with you folks today. And from what I understand, our feed is working today too on Facebook, which is good. So I got confirmation from my Facebook guy that everything is all systems go this week.
Heard you got punked last week.
I got punked? What do you mean?
Didn't you try to call a radio show or something?
Oh, yeah, you got me. Yeah, so I'm driving to, where was I going? I was driving somewhere to Tampa. And I usually, I've got my stations that I listen to in the car. And I just clicked over this station, 106.1 FM. It's a preset on my radio in my car now that we've been doing the show. And I don't remember what the show was, but the lady.
Be Local.
Okay.
Be Local Buzz with Devin.
Yeah. Okay. And she was talking about, like charity, giving back to community kids and things. And I wanted to call in. So I'm driving, I'm on the Courtney Campbell Causeway. I've got plenty of drive time in front of me. So I call in and I'm like, hey, Ed, this is Eric from the Knife and Fork Show. I said, I want to, can you patch me through? I want to talk about, Goodfellas and what we do for the community. Well, this guy gets me. He's like, no, you can't do it. I'm like, what are you talking about?
He goes, can I make a comment? I go, no. And I'm just going silent. He goes, what? I go, no, you can't. What do you mean? You can't. Why? Because you already have a show on here. Oh,
I said I didn't realize that was the rules.
I didn't know the rules.
I don't know anything about broadcasting. I just go over here and I talk at this microphone.
FCC, whatever. Well, I don't know what we're talking about here.
Anyway, it turned out it was a rebroadcast of a previous show.
I go, no, really serious. You can. He goes, why? I go, because it's a rerun.
Yeah, you got me good. I forgot about that.
We don't call it reruns here. We call it best of.
Best of.
Oh,
yeah,
man.
I like
Creativity.
that. Yeah, best of. Fun. Thanks a lot, Ed. That made my day. I appreciate that. We're going to roll into a top 10 list here today. This is kind of a good one. Everyone likes the top 10 list is what they tell me, and they kind of get into it. So I've got one today. The top 10 most hated foods.
Oh, wow.
Ranked in order from number 10 to number 1.
Okay.
If anyone wants to take a stab, Ed, if you want to take a stab at any of these, the top 10 hated foods.
Are they dishes or are they just
no? Like actually, no dishes, just food. So
just food.
Yeah.
Do you want to guess what number 1 is?
You can guess what if you hit the list, I'll tell you what number it is. How's that?
Okay, liver.
Liver is number 2, and you're always man. You were on point.
That was my guess.
Yeah, you were 100% on point with these. You almost hit the number 1. Liver comes in at number 2.
What about haggis?
Haggis didn't make the list, but maybe the top 10 most hated dishes in Scotland. In the States is where this list is coming from.
Okay.
Number 10 is kind of a weird one. I mean, I don't mind this at all. I think it's actually delicious. Marzipan. Like almond paste. I don't know why people hate that. It's delicious.
I don't know what it is.
It's basically it's almost like a sweetened like almond like paste that you use in baking. So if you get like an almond flavored cake or something or a cookie, it's usually flavored with marzipan, and that's what gives it that kind of like almondy flavor to it.
Okay.
Yes, I don't know why people hate that, but it doesn't make any sense.
Does not make any sense.
Yeah, I think it's great, but
that's just a diss to Almond Joy, man. I don't appreciate that.
Yeah, Mounds. Almond Joy's got nuts.
Yeah,
Mounds don't. Number 9 on the list. Pretty simple one. Licorice. I hate it too.
I
can't stand licorice. No, you like licorice, Ed? I hate it, man.
Well, it depends on. No, I mean, the red licorice is fine.
Well, yeah, but
what are you talking about? The black?
Oh, the black licorice. Yeah.
Okay, that's got the taste of what's the Zambuca?
Yeah, like
Zambuca.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
and Sambuca
And when you're drunk, you'll take Zambuca. So when you're drunk, have a licorice. I'll cure that
All
problem.
right. I'll take that into consideration.
And you're like, it's not so bad.
Yeah, next time I'm drinking, a nice snack to go with my beer is going to be a stick of black licorice. There's a reason why I own a restaurant and you don't, Ed, because you don't understand flavors at all.
It's all in your teeth and looking sexy.
Old black teeth.
Oh, that's disgusting. Number 8 on the list, olives.
You know what? I hate olives too.
Do you really, Mike?
I don't like. You're Italian, so I was assuming
oh my
you
God,
like them.
I love everything about every kind of olive that's out there. I love them.
I do like olive spread on like a muffalata sandwich or something like that. But just eating straight olives, I'm not a big fan of.
Yeah, I'll eat black olives, even the ones in the can, like the canned pitted olives. I love those things, man. Green olives.
Black don't have much of a taste to me, but the green do.
The greens, they're way more flavorful.
Yes.
Yeah. But I love them, man. I'll eat it. And I'll tell you what, blue cheese stuffed olives, forget it, man. I'll eat a whole bag of them.
How do you get cheese in that little olive?
Dude, I don't know. They do it though,
With
man.
A syringe?
You know what? It's funny because
very creatively.
When I was at the when I was running Grillsmith up there in the countryside years ago, we had martinis on the menu. Yeah. And the dirty martini came with blue cheese stuffed olives in there. And the bartenders literally had to get blue cheese out of the bag, crumbled blue cheese, and hand stuff every one of those green olives. Yeah, they put a pair of gloves on and they would just kind of like pipe it right into the
pain in the ass.
They hated it. Brutal. They hated doing it.
It's ordered like thanks a lot.
And then I'd walk over to their little bar setup and I'd grab one and I'd eat it and they'd give me the evil eye because they're like, do you know how much work went into those olives? I'm like, I don't care, just keep them coming.
Let me get one more.
Awesome, yeah. And then that brings us into the number 7 on the list, which is blue cheese.
Oh, really? I love blue cheese.
And I love blue cheese, man. I do.
Okay. Chicken wings.
Chicken wings.
All right, ranch or blue cheese?
Always blue cheese.
Oh,
7
right.
days a week. 7 days a week. Yep. I love it. Number 6, I don't understand this because I thought everybody enjoyed it. Sushi. I don't know where they came up with number 6 being. You don't like sushi, Ed?
We call that bait.
Oh my God.
I love sushi.
Oh, me too. I get down on some sushi, boy. I'll tell you what, I love it.
Oh man.
Nope.
Number 5, I'm unfamiliar with what this is. Maybe you guys can help me. Black pudding. Has anyone ever heard of that? Is that
chocolate pudding?
I don't know what it is. Apparently, it's popular enough, however, to make the top 10 most hated foods. So maybe the 3 of us are the only people in the country that don't know what it is.
I've heard of blood pudding.
Blood pudding. Maybe that's what it is. Yeah, but maybe it's just maybe it's called black pudding as well.
Usually, it's like a Caribbean dish,
right?
Like a sausage.
Yeah, like a blood sausage or something.
Right, along those lines.
I don't think I've ever had it. It's just the name just kind of turns me off, you know.
What, blood sausage?
Yeah.
I've had it.
Is it any good?
It's all right.
It's all right.
It's all right.
Just tastes like sausage?
Just tastes like sausage. It's just
with coagulated blood in it.
Pretty much.
Yeah. All right. Cool. I'm in. Maybe I'll try it after the show.
You know where I'm from. We eat everything.
Eat the rest of the pig. Why not?
Yeah. Number 4, tofu.
Tofu.
It doesn't really do much for me. I don't like it, nor do I dislike it. It is what it is.
I mean, it doesn't have a lot of nutritional value.
I'm not going to eat.
It does, but it doesn't.
Yeah.
I'm not going to eat something that tries to taste like the real thing.
Well,
I'd rather just have the real thing.
That's what tofu. Yeah, it takes on the flavors that you want it to be. Yeah. Yeah, tofurkey and things like, or not tofurkey. Is that
doesn't
what it's
it have
called?
protein in it?
Yeah, it's loaded with protein. So a lot of vegetarians they eat tofu because that's a good source of protein. Beans, things like that. Yeah,
I got nothing against tofu.
Number 3,
as long as you dress it up good enough.
Yeah, I mean, as long as you prepare it properly, it takes on the flavors that you're using it for, and there's nothing wrong with it. But I couldn't just eat a chunk of it out of the brine.
Is that what kind of the Whopper was made out of? The healthy Whopper?
That's an Impossible Whopper.
Oh,
that's if I'm not mistaken, the Impossible Burger is made with plants.
Mainly beans and corn.
Yeah, and they put beets in there too to give it like a
sweeter flavor too, and it gives it more. It's more firm. It sticks together like an actual burger instead of falling into ground beef.
I don't mind the Impossible Burgers. I've had a couple of them, and they're not bad.
Yeah, no, they're just loaded with carbs.
But did you see the difference in the nutrition value and the fat and stuff?
I didn't even look at it. I just wanted to try it.
It was not much at all. It was not much at all.
I just wanted to try it. The only thing it freaked me out the first time I had one because you get this burger on your table, and it's a full-size hamburger.
Yeah.
And you pick it up and you go to eat it, but it weighs about a third of what a regular hamburger weighs. And so it's like that plastic beer mug when you pick it up and you think it's glass and you hit yourself in the face with it when you take your first sip. That's what I did with this Impossible Burger. It was so funny. Yeah. I mean, it didn't taste bad at all. I thought it was good. It kind of gave the texture and the replicated like the feel of meat.
Yeah.
But it was just didn't weigh anything. It was very odd. It was strange.
And the nutritional value is, suspect at best.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I've heard that. Yeah. Number 3 on the top 10 list, most hated foods, anchovies.
Yeah.
I'm not a big fan.
Man,
Yeah.
you know what? I love anchovies.
That's okay. I mean,
Oh,
look,
God, I love 'em.
I think some of these are Italian dishes that American people just probably never got introduced
Okay.
to. Or,
Could be. Yeah.
I got number 1, but we go ahead.
You think
I got it.
Well, we already hit number 2, which was liver. You got that. And then Ed, if you want to take a crack at the next one, which is number 1.
Sardines?
No. It's odd because again, I could get down on these all day long. Oysters.
I kill oyster.
Yeah, man. Maybe it's
you
because
love them or you hate them.
I love them, man.
We live in Florida also. I mean, if you live in Pennsylvania,
the texture of them can be a bit off-putting. I would assume to some people that that don't care for them. But aside from that, man, you give me a little bit of horseradish and some Tabasco sauce, man. I'll eat 2 dozen oysters in one sitting.
Yeah, bam.
And they ain't getting cheaper now either, man. Oysters are expensive now. Oysters are expensive, but they are delicious. Anchovies are my favorite too. I'll tell you, going back to number 3 on the list, I freak everybody out at the shop when we make Caesar dressing because it calls for anchovies. Yeah. And so I just went, I don't keep like cans of anchovies on hand at all times. I just have a few for whatever. So and I certainly don't open them until I go to make the Caesar dressing. And every time we go to make the Caesar dressing, the first thing I do is I shove like 2 or 3 anchovies in my mouth, and everyone in the shop is like, "Oh my God, it's so disgusting!" They're so good, man. They're so salty.
That's like people that pull them sardines out of a can.
I can't do
with
sardines.
The scales on their lips and stuff.
Yeah. I can't do sardines. Yeah, they kind of freak me out. And then they have the ones that are in the mustard. Have you ever seen those? It's like the yellow water that they're sitting in. Those are gross. Yeah, they're not
the yellow water.
I don't care if they're in between a ribeye. I still would not eat.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. You got a ribeye for the top bun, you got a sardine for the meat, and you got a ribeye for the bottom bun. Oh man, all right. And I'm gonna go ahead and take my first commercial break. When I come back, we're gonna do a little bit of restaurant news. I got some hot topics to cover. Knife and Fork Radio Show on the Tan Talk Radio Network.
This is the Tan Talk Radio Network.
At Goodfellas Knife and Fork Italian Kitchen, we never compromise quality. Every dish is made to order, and everything that goes in the dish is made from scratch. From our delicious marinara sauce to our homemade croutons that go in your Caesar salad and everything else in between. We offer dine-in, takeout, and delivery as well. Call us at 727-841-8864 or check us out on the web at www.goodfellowsitalian.com. We also have a full catering menu available for all of your large party needs. Mention this ad and get 10% off your entire order. Once again, that's Goodfellas Knife and Fork Italian Kitchen. We're located at 5446 Grand Boulevard in beautiful downtown Newport Richey. You can reach us at 727-841-8864. Check us out on the web at www.goodfellowsitalian.com.
On Wednesday, the Rays and Brewers got together for a matinee series finale and rubber match, and William Contreras got things going for the Brewers in the third.
Swinging a line drive over third. It's a base hit into the left field corner. Milwaukee strikes first and leads 2-0 in the third.
Willie Adames would hit a solo home run in the sixth, and then in the seventh, Adames was added again.
So pitch is hit high in the air toward right center with some carry. Arozarena back onto the track, leaps, and it's gone. He's driven in 4, and it's a touchdown lead for the Brewers. It's 7-0.
The Rays would fall by a 7-1 score to drop to 14-18. They are 4 games under 500 for the first time since 2018. But we'll be back at home to debut the City Connect uniforms tonight against the Mets. And with your Rays report, I'm Chris Adams-Wall.
Oh, no! We suck again!
Catch the Rays all season on the Rays Radio Network. For tickets, visit RaysBaseball.com.
This is the Tan Talk Radio Network.
Welcome back, everybody. It's the Knife and Fork Radio Show on the Tan Talk Radio Network. It's currently 9:24 and 17 seconds. Hopefully everyone's enjoying the first part of the show, our little top 10 list that we like to do weekly, and getting a couple of comments over here on my Facebook page. Just want to say to Jimmy, good hearing from you, buddy. I'm glad you're listening this morning. I'm glad you found us. I know last week you were having a little bit of trouble with the audio, but you weren't the only one. We were having some issues last week, but we're back up and running now today, and I see that you're tuned in, and Mike is right over here to my left. He says, "What's up?"
Yeah, you're my second favorite James, next to Orenthal James.
Ah. Orenthal James.
Orenthal James.
Oh my Lord!
And he admitted to it at the end.
We'll save that.
Let's blast it out
show
on Twitter before I go.
Yeah, right.
Oh.
Yeah, what a
gotcha.
What a scumbag that guy turned out to be, huh? What a straight scumbag that guy turned.
We should have put Scooby on him.
And I'll tell you, man, he had such a great career, man. You know what I mean?
He seemed like such a good guy going in, right?
And he just went off. He went off the rails. I remember exactly where I was when all of that was going on. We were out to lunch, and we were at Chili's on Fletcher and Del Mabry in Tampa. I was out with my mom and dad because I think I was still in high school, possibly when that happened.
Younger than you.
And I remember just looking up at the TV, and my mom's like, "Look at that!" Like somebody's running from the police on there, and of course they're covering it. And the guy's doing like 7 miles an hour, and there's 700 police cars behind him going down the street.
Choppers,
this is the worst chase I've ever seen in my life. But I remember just sitting there eating chips and salsa at Chili's and watching that. We stayed for like 3 hours at Chili's that day. We didn't leave. We wanted to see the conclusion of it.
There were some roads where the kids on their tricycles were riding past the white Bronco.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I mean, it was the worst chase I've ever seen in my life. I mean, literally 7 or 8 miles an hour. And there's a million cops chasing him with their lights on, fire trucks, sirens, helicopters.
I didn't see any police.
No.
And what are there, 3 stations at the time? I tried to change it after the 4th hour of the same thing.
Yeah, exactly.
I tried to change it. It was on every channel.
Channel.
How many of his friends and ex-coaches went on the air? Juice, pull over. Don't do this, Juice.
Yeah, exactly. Just do it. Just pull over.
Put the gun away. You're going to put an eye out with it.
The juice is loose.
The juice was loose that day. That's for sure.
Oh, man.
Oh, my God. So funny. And also another shout out, Donna. I know you're listening to the show as well. Donna and I used to work together at Joey's. And this is an inside joke, but no, Donna, the soup is not hot yet. Because it's 9:26 in the morning and we're not open yet. Every morning, Mike, she used to come up to me and hi, Eric, how are you? Good. I'm setting up the line, getting all my soup sauces going. All she would do is just go right for that soup, and she'd complain how the soup was not hot enough every day of the week. So now she likes to give me a bunch of crap, even on the radio show this morning. Hey, Eric, I'm listening. By the way, is the soup hot? No, Donna, it's not hot. It's never going to be hot again. Stop asking me. But thank you for listening.
33 more minutes.
That's it. Yeah, exactly.
Soup will be ready.
Let's get into a little bit of news right now. I don't know if you guys saw this morning. Cody's original Roadhouse on Tampa Road engulfed in flames last night in the middle of the night. Burned down to the ground.
Wow.
Yeah. Breaking news this morning when I woke up. Yeah. It was all over the news, man. Cody's burned down.
Aren't there other restaurants having problems right now?
I don't know.
Financially?
Yeah. I mean, you know what? It's possibly. It's a good possibility. You know what I mean? But that Cody's, I mean, I thought they did a phenomenal business. Every time I drove past them, the cars in the parking lot like crazy all the way out to the road.
The first place my brain went to was there's some redneck stuff going on here.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. You've been in there, right?
Yeah, of course.
Oh, yeah. Well, so I mean,
with the peanut shells on the floor and
I just feel like maybe the cook and the waitress, something happened, and
maybe
one of them was married, and
yeah, exactly.
I think that's a game, and then there we're at. And here we are.
And next thing you know, it's a 5-alarm fire, man.
It's a 5-alarm fire. Right?
Yeah, apparently it was a really bad burn too, man. It burned straight down to the ground, apparently. Yeah.
Oh,
from what I saw in the news this morning.
For insurance purposes, that's fantastic.
Well, yeah, not if they'll listen to this radio show because they're not going to get paid out. We're calling them out right now. Cody's, we're on to you. We know exactly what you're doing.
Exactly what you're doing.
Mike, you and I used to work at a place that was similar to a Cody's. You remember that?
Bullseye.
Salute.
I wonder if that guy's dead yet.
I don't know. What was his name?
Which one?
Yeah, right.
Jeffrey.
That's
right.
And Joseph something. Joseph something.
I bet Joseph is dead, but I bet Jeffrey is still doing what he was doing.
Yeah.
I don't think I can say that on the radio.
Right.
I don't think I'm allowed.
Yeah, I don't know, man. That was quite the operation over there. Quite the operation.
Oh,
and they used to do the 2 for. They basically took the Cody's and just took the Cody's name off of it and put a bullseye up on the thing and said, "All right, now it's bullseye."
Yeah. Instead of Cody's, we're just going to be same thing, everything.
Exact same thing. 2 for 1 fajitas, whatever, all that crap,
all the same jazz.
And the recipes.
Oh yeah, I'm sure they kept all the recipes.
It was a Cody's before, and then Cody's moved out. And they just moved right in the next day and put a new sign up and said, "Hey, we're this place.
We're open for business."
Overhead. Keeps the overhead down.
Yeah, right.
They crushed it, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it went straight up Jeffrey's nose.
Yeah.
But, you know,
Did it ever?
Did it ever?
And remember, he thought he was like the hot shot of the play, you know, rolling around the Mercedes, Rolex on his wrist, yeah. And we're all like, all right, we know what you got going on, buddy. Don't try to pull the wool over our eyes. that place was something.
We have the code to the camera, and all of the food is missing.
Yeah,
you came in with a trash bag in the middle of the night and took all the food.
I forgot about that. He did. I totally forgot about that.
I forgot about that crazy restaurant story.
What's that?
He took all the booze,
everything.
He knew they were going to close, so he comes in.
Well, why wouldn't you?
He took everything, man. Well, this was before it was announced to any of the staff or anything.
Well, and we were still open.
That's
the thing. The place was still open for business at that point. And he came in there. He knew
with a bunch of hookers.
Yeah, the two owners knew that they were going to close. They hadn't announced that the doors were still open. So instead of doing the right thing, announcing the closure, then taking the product from the building, he just went in like a week and a half before they announced the closure and took everything, put it all in the truck and hauled ass.
Yeah, like in the middle of the night in a trash bag.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Instead of saying we'll just be open until we run out of food, and then we'll make sure we can pay our employees or whatever.
Yeah.
Then we had to shake them down. We had to shake them down to get paid.
Absolutely.
I was just saying, hope you cash your paychecks right away.
Yeah.
Oh, man, I had a good old shakedown that day.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Well,
the good old Bayou shakedown.
Oh yeah, for sure, man.
Oh,
yeah,
man, I got my money though. Me and Dave Butler got our money.
Oh, that's right, from Cisco.
Yeah, Dave.
I forgot about Dave.
Cisco like $10,000.
You know what I always noticed, being in the nightclub business for 17 years, to see them come and go. We would always know what establishment, whether a restaurant, bar, whatever, was on a COD basis.
Oh, yeah.
Because the truck drivers would come in and go, I'm going so-and-so right now, and they're on a COD basis.
Yeah.
You know, and then the ultimate one was $10 all you can drink.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Yep.
They're either getting rid of the crap stuff that they got for free from the vendor.
Absolutely.
Or they're trying to raise cash.
Yeah.
Period.
Exactly right. Yep. Watering that booze down too, man. They're putting half water, half gin in that bottle. You know what I mean?
Mixing the bottle.
Yeah, absolutely.
Interesting.
Yeah, a lot of tricks in the restaurant business. A lot of unsavory tricks. Another topic in the news this morning. Now that that minimum wage hike went through in California, people in California are freaking out because everybody's raising their prices across the board in California.
Aren't they already pretty high?
Yeah, now they're even higher, man.
What is the minimum wage now? I have no idea.
$20 an hour.
Oh, yep. Oh, I almost said a bad word.
Yeah, exactly. It's $20 an hour is what minimum wage is in California.
So some of the restaurants are putting some sort of a tax on the bill.
Yeah.
Something not like, I want to say cost of living. Is that cost of living?
Service tax.
Service
charge
tax, something
or
like
whatever.
that, of 8, 7, 5, 6, 7, 8%.
Whatever it is.
Yeah.
There's at one place across town, the living room getting a lot of pushback from that.
Yeah. When that happened, I think they're putting like a 20% charge on there, aren't they? It's something
like a
high.
20% charge on there.
Yeah.
Well, you have to pay the servers $12 an hour here.
Yeah.
I mean, it's minimum wage.
That's
but in
it.
September, it'll be 13.
Doesn't matter.
At the end of September,
Yep.
it'll be 13.
Yep.
So now you're paying them $9.98, and you're getting $3.02 tip credit from the government.
Yeah.
That's if they report their tips correctly.
Mm-hmm.
So what if, some people don't. You have to,
No, I mean,
You're an
I'd say
idiot.
95% of them don't.
Do.
Yeah.
Well, you're an idiot if you
come
do
on.
A.
95% of the servers don't report their tips.
Right.
Yeah, and I think that's a fair number.
Not the correct amount.
Right.
Not the
Well,
correct
they have to.
amount.
They have to
One for
report
you,
their
one
credit
for me.
cards. Well,
Yeah.
they have to report their credit
Yeah,
cards
you
because
have
that's
to
in the
do
computer.
that. Yeah.
But the cash tips,
And how is anyone else to ever know? To be completely honest with you.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, as long as they cover the $3.02 tip credit from the government,
Then
it
they're
really
good.
it
doesn't matter.
It doesn't really matter at the end of the day.
The only downside of that is if you want to apply for credit or if you want to do it,
or if you want to buy
get
a house or something like that, then you're out of gas.
You're not showing any income. You're only showing half of what you make.
Yeah, exactly.
So that's the downside of that.
That's the downside of it. Being an adult, but doing it when you're 20,
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's pretty wild. Crazy business we're in. Today is National Truffle Day, in case anyone's wondering.
Oh, wow, Truffle Day.
Yeah, so if anyone sees some truffles out there and you want to partake, today would be the day to do it, everybody.
They're not truffle.
Truffle?
There's a couple of different kinds of truffles. There's the black truffle that the mushroom forges with, or that the pig goes and forges out of the ground, and those are super, super expensive.
Yes.
I mean, they're probably one of the highest price ingredients you could work with across the board. And then there's the chocolate truffles that are the desserts. It's a dessert. It's like almost like a small petit four, and it's like a chocolate with a chocolate center, and that's also a truffle as well. But today is National Truffle Day, so you can eat some mushrooms that a pig dug up with his nose, or you can eat some chocolate with a nice creamy center.
I would have put mushrooms on that list rather than olives.
Mushrooms made the list, but it didn't make the top 10 list.
Probably 11.
Yeah, it was something like 11 or 12 or something like that. It just didn't make it into the top 10.
To me, if you're cooking mushrooms, I have to leave the house.
Oh man,
leave it. I hate the smell.
Nothing about
of mushrooms being cooked.
Really?
Oh, disgusting.
We got some mushroom coffee for you here, Ed, if you'd like.
I can't smell that.
How is that mushroom coffee today, Mike? By the way,
it's horrible.
Oh, that's what I like to hear.
But I keep drinking it.
Yeah, right. No matter what.
Hey, man, I'm like 3 months strong, 4 months strong, something like that.
Well, if you decide to come by the restaurant today, Ed, I apologize because my soup of the day today is in fact cream of mushroom soup. So if you do come by the restaurant, make sure you get a salad with your chicken parmesan and nut soup.
That's why I avoid that green bean casserole at Thanksgiving all the time.
Sign me up for
y'all want to put that stupid cream of mushroom in there.
Sign me up for a full pan of that, man. I love it. Man. I love it. I love it.
Quick shout out to my buddy Cliff, who runs the local mushroom shop in Land O'Lakes. Actually, I forgot the name of the company. I'm sorry, Cliff, but all your mushrooms are amazing, and we cook with them every day.
Awesome.
This guy's the real deal.
How do you know which ones you can eat? Like if you're walking.
Well, he grows them. He grows them.
No, I'm telling like I've seen Gordon Ramsay just going through the woods.
Trial and error. And if you collapse or if you start tripping,
the left side of my face fell off. Right. I can't eat that one no more.
Yeah, it's all about trial and error. And that's
what happened to Jeffrey Epstein.
Oh man,
I can tell you there are no mushrooms growing in the Virgin Islands. I can tell you that.
Yeah, you're probably right about that.
No snakes and no mushrooms.
Oh man, listen, everybody. Phone lines are still open. 727-441-3000. Give us a call if you want. Cinco de Mayo is right around the corner, Mike. You guys got anything big going on for Cinco de Mayo? It's in just a few days over at the restaurant.
Yeah, we did Cinco de Mayo pretty big last year, and we had not much of a turnout.
Yeah,
I mean. Our style of restaurant isn't really a Cinco de Mayo type of place.
Right.
But we did last year have a big cardboard cutout of The Rock.
Outstanding.
And then we were selling Terramana tequila. And so this tequila, during Cinco de Mayo, they were running a promotion to where if you buy a chips and guac from your local area, from your local restaurant, and if you shoot a picture of your receipt, they'll Cash App you or Venmo, whatever it was, like $10.
Really?
So it was pretty cool. It was a pretty good deal. It was a pretty good deal last year, and I'm sure it worked out for him.
Yeah.
But the most interesting thing about the cutout of The Rock is I basically had almost a fist fight between two girls who would take the cutout home. And I was like, really? Really right now? And at one point I almost said, all right, go fight to the death. To the death. But we did rock, paper, scissors like civilized humans.
Well, yeah, that's the right way to solve every issue that's out there. Of
and
course.
it's ever happened.
Yeah. In the history of time.
In the history of time. So we just rock, paper, scissors it out. And, shout out to Amelie. You won. I'm sure you still have it. She dresses it up for every.
Is it a full size?
It's a full size, life size cutout. And she tells me that she dresses it up for the holidays, for like every holiday that goes by.
Wow.
So, I mean, I don't know the fascination.
She's really into The Rock, I guess.
She's really into The Rock, man.
Yeah, apparently.
Well,
That's interesting.
I mean, it is what it is.
Yeah, right.
Hey.
What are you gonna do? Some people like this, some people like that. Some people like
olives, some people like mushrooms.
Hey, one dog's looking this way, that dog's looking that way. The guy in the center says, "Hey, what do you want from me?" Huh?
Hey, cat dog,
Oh man! All right, so Cinco de Mayo is right around the corner. Everybody, get your rock cardboard cutouts ready because Mike's gonna be over at the restaurant.
Come by and see us and get some Terramana tequila.
Absolutely.
So we're gonna do some fajitas.
Yep. Yeah. Be a good time.
Fajitas. My favorite.
Fajitas. Subway restaurant. They just sold their company.
I believe that because every time I go, I think Publix is killing them, to be honest with you. I think Publix, Jersey Mike's.
Yeah. I'm going to tell you, Subway got out at the right time because they sold to this investment group called Rourke Capital for $9.6 billion.
Well, it was perfect timing.
With a B.
It's perfect timing because their sales have to be declining.
Yeah, they have to change. They have to change a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Their menu, for one thing. They suffered that big dip with that whole Jared thing years ago.
Oh, my God, yeah.
Yeah. Well, they're eating it pretty hard, too, with people doing the keto diet and people not eating a lot of bread with this.
There's competition now. You
and
got
there's
Jersey Mike's and you said Publix, and who's the other one?
Jimmy John's.
Jimmy John's.
Yeah. They got to. I mean, there's a sandwich shop on every corner.
Every
I
single
feel
corner.
like it.
Yep.
So it's got to be tough for Subway to survive. A, they're not that cheap.
Yeah.
And B, it's really not that good.
It's not that good. From what I remember, I haven't had a Subway sandwich, and I couldn't even tell you the last time. And it just, I remember it just not being good when I have
tuna subs.
Yeah,
and then I don't know. There's just,
I have to say, do a comparison. Go to Subway and order a sandwich. Watch the worker,
right,
who's just going through the paces.
Right. Of course.
Then go to Publix.
Yep.
They're almost like excited to make you a sandwich.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, the excitement may come from some missing chromosomes.
And Publix, that's Walmart.
I'm just saying.
It's Walmart.
Was I supposed to say that? Probably not, right?
I see nothing wrong with that comment at all.
I just wanted to make sure.
It's fine.
I think Publix just has a better.
You're absolutely correct, right? Publix is so much better, and they have more choices.
Everything about Publix is superior to any other store that's out there, in my opinion. You know what I mean? You walk into a Winn-Dixie. They serve their purpose. You get what you need.
Yeah.
You walk into a Publix, you feel warm when you walk in there. It's just like the lighting is better. The shelves are
they
always
got a little carried away on the COVID thing with going down the wrong aisle.
Yeah,
they were ready to arrest you for going down the wrong aisle.
Oh, they were too. They were all over it. Yeah,
I used to walk backwards.
But they saved us with those commercials, the Emmy-winning commercials that make you want to cry because your mom's not around for Thanksgiving.
Yeah,
whatever they're doing. What are they doing?
I don't know, man.
Are they really trying to break everyone's heart?
You know what? I just realized something. I hate Publix. I just realized that for the first time in my life. Yeah,
you got that, and then the double the price of everything else. Everywhere else.
Then they do buy one get ones, and you're like, oh great, I got a good deal, but you're paying $95.
Yeah, that's when you go there. The BOGOs.
Yeah,
the BOGOs.
But I'm not going to pay $8 for a 6-pack of Coke Zero when I can get it for $4.50 at Walmart.
The exact same 4-pack, or whatever it is.
Same thing.
Yep.
Because shopping's not a pleasure at Walmart.
No, it's I stand behind that comment too.
Look, I mean it.
Yeah. Oh man,
the comfort of.
Yeah, I guess Walmart took a lesson out of the playbook from Sam's apparently, and they since they're the same company, they're like, let's make this experience as unpleasurable as we possibly can, and we're going to make all the money that the world has to offer in the process of doing it. It's amazing.
They could never be worse than Sam's.
Never,
even if they tried.
Don't get me started, Wayne. I don't know if you're listening this morning. I know you were here when I went on my tangent about Sam's the last time, but don't get me started, man. God, I hate it. Sam's. I literally, when I pull into the parking lot of the Sam's Club, I pull up and I park my car. I park way far away from the door because I don't want to deal with any of that traffic, and I'll walk a half a mile to get in there. I don't care. But I have to literally practice breathing exercises before I get out of the car because I know what I'm about to get myself into. So I take about a good 3 to 5 minutes and just breathe in through the nose, out through the mouth before I walk into the Sam's, because it's just that horrible of an experience. It's terrible.
Much of a difference going to Costco?
Yeah, I you know what, Ed? I've never been inside of a Costco in my life.
I haven't been there in a long time.
Yeah, I couldn't tell you anything about
it. I mean, it's just not. Actually, it's not really worth it. Doesn't make any sense. I mean,
unless you're buying for a family of 12.
Well, if you're buying for a family of 12 or for a restaurant or something,
then you're good.
Then you're good. But I mean, we go to BJ's, which there's pretty much the same thing as Costco, but they're cheaper. Yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah. BJ's. I haven't been there. I
can't think of that meme that's on.
It's back there. You can't see him, everybody, but he was back there just laughing his ass off for no reason.
She said they're giving away free stuff, and then the one girl's running up to Dick's Sporting Goods.
I love it. Yeah, that's hilarious.
That's good.
That's hilarious.
You can't make this up, fellas.
Yeah, I always wanted to go into business with Dick's. And I swear to God, I've said this out loud before. I've actually said this. I always wanted Dick's to be like a two level department store.
Okay. And
on the top floor, it would be, Dick's Sporting Goods. And on the bottom, it would sell nothing but balls. That's it.
So you got footballs, basketballs,
any kind of tennis balls, ping pong balls, anything
golf
you
balls,
can imagine.
Anything. All the balls.
Yeah. So you got I don't know if I can say this, Ed, or not.
Good luck with having
Okay. All right. Yeah. But I thought that'd be a cool business concept.
Yeah, it's very interesting.
So like all the balls that Dick's sells would have to go downstairs. And if you want any of the balls, you go into Dick's, but then you go to the balls downstairs. So you got Dick's over balls.
As you're explaining this to the Cub Scouts around, you're going to visit for the day.
And I didn't say children were going to be allowed in these establishments, man.
Well, I
18 and up only. I'm sorry.
Like I said, I always thought Dick's would be a great, like Italian sub place, because
right. Sure, of course.
You can't be blanks.
Absolutely.
meat. You know what I mean?
Oh my God. All right. As always, we've lost control of this show. And I don't think I have it in me in the rest of this segment to try to pull it back together. So before we get executed by Ed back there in the room, why don't we take a quick commercial break? We'll talk to you in a few.
This is the Tan Talk Radio Network.
At Goodfellas Knife and Fork Italian Kitchen, we never compromise quality. Every dish is made to order, and everything that goes in the dish is made from scratch. From our delicious marinara sauce to our homemade croutons that go in your Caesar salad and everything else in between. We offer dine-in, takeout, and delivery as well. Call us at 727-841-8864 or check us out on the web at www.goodfellowsitalian.com. We also have a full catering menu available for all of your large party needs. Mention this ad and get 10% off your entire order. Once again, that's Goodfellas Knife and Fork Italian Kitchen. We're located at 5446 Grand Boulevard in beautiful downtown Newport Richey. You can reach us at 727-841-8864. Check us out on the web at www.goodfellowsitalian.com.
Shenyun 2024 are coming to the Tampa Bay area May the 3rd through the 5th at Mahaffey Theater in St. Petersburg. Shenyun revives 5,000 years of civilization through choreographed dance, music combining classical Western and Chinese instruments, and innovative 3D backdrop. Come and see it once in your lifetime. Tickets at shenyun.com/FL.
This is the Tan Talk Radio Network.
Welcome back, everybody. We needed that much deserved break to get away from the insanity of the last segment.
We had to bring the manager in. She straightened everything out.
She did. She slapped us around a little bit, and we're back in business again. We don't have to worry about going off the rails. Yeah, we probably do. All right.
I mean, we can just intro to Crazy Train and just get it done.
Oh, that should be the intro music.
Yeah, we just
go Crazy Train instead of Rage Against the Machine. That should be the intro music. Makes sense. Oh man, I got a couple stories for you guys today. This first story just happened to me 3 days ago over at the restaurant. So, Goodfellas, we're located right there on Grand Boulevard and Gulf Drive in Newport Richey. And, you've probably heard me talk about it before. We're not in the best area of town, but we're certainly not in the worst area of town. We're kind of like in the middle. So we've got some very affluent people to the west, and we've got some less fortunate people to the east of us. We're kind of like dead center right in the middle. And so, I always give back to the community. I do the free kids lunches. I do the Thanksgiving, free Thanksgiving for the homeless community in the area. Right. I do that every year, and I have no problem helping people out. But it has to, I don't want to be a jerk, but it kind of has to be on my terms. I can't give to everybody. What I mean? Well, I can only do it when I can do it. And so the other day, we're sitting at work or over at the shop. And right in the middle of the afternoon, this last week's been really quiet for some reason. So I'm certainly not in a position this week to do any type of charity work. Like I said, when I can, I will. When I can, I can't. And that's all there is to it. But all the homeless community in the area, they all know me and they all like me because I do give to them when I can. You know what I mean? So the other day, guy comes walking in the door, and very, very, I've never seen this guy before. He just came, like, it's the first time I've ever seen him. He's obviously part of the homeless community. Maybe he just moved into the area, or I don't know. But he comes walking in the door and says, hey, man, can I get some free food? I haven't eaten in a couple of days. That's pretty brazen. You know what I mean? That's kind of ballsy, right? Pretty ballsy. And I said, look, and I was very cordial to this guy. I said, hey, man, listen, I said, I do a lot of work with the community. And I said, I do give away a lot. And, I try to help out as much as I can. I said, but right now I'm just not in a position to do it. Unfortunately, it's quiet, whatever, I'm just not, I'm not in a position to be giving anything away today. What does he do? He says, F you, slams my door, and then walks across the street and sits down in front of the convenience store and was asking everybody that was walking in and out of the store. So me being myself, I don't want to say I got a short fuse, but I got a short fuse. You know what I mean? Yeah, what happens? So we're sitting there, we're laughing about it, about what this guy just did. And then I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, I can't let this go. I have to go and take care of this. I got to go tell this guy what time of day it is. You know what I mean? So I walk across the street to the convenience store. Now the convenience store is located. It's connected to a like a laundromat.
Did you slap the cup of change out of his hand?
No, I didn't. I didn't.
Just curious.
No, I didn't have to. This is where the story gets good. So as I'm walking up, a few of the homeless people they just hang out there. You know what I mean? And they all know me, right? So I'm walking up. Eric, how you doing, man? They're all saying that to me. I'm like, I'm doing well, guys. How you doing today? You guys good? You got everything you need? Yeah, we're doing good. Thanks for asking. As I'm saying that, another guy is walking out of the store that I know, and I say, "What's up, man? How you been, man? Everything is good?" He's like, "Yeah, it's good." So then I asked this guy that I'm talking to. His name is Raphael. I said, "Hey, Raphael," I said, "by any chance?" I said, "You know this guy sitting over here?" He looks over at him. He's like, "No, man." He's like, "I never seen this guy before." I said, "Okay." I said, "How about you guys, back here?" And see, that I was just talking to you guys know this guy? Nope, we don't know who he is. I said, "Well, let me ask you all this." I said, "Do I not take care of you guys every chance I get?" And they're like, "Of course you do. Like you always do. You always give to us and you always help us out." I said, "Well, let me tell you what this mother just did to me." Right. And I said, he just walked in the store. He said that to me. And then he slammed my door on the way out. And I said, and that's the thanks I get from this guy for giving back to everybody that I help. I didn't have to say another word, man. I swear to God. It was like all the homeless folks I take care of, they just stood up behind me and they just started marching towards this guy as if he was like the public enemy number one.
Oh, nice.
All right. So I'm
like
watching
a Star Wars moment.
Yeah, right. Like the stormtroopers. They were the stormtroopers. And so I don't know what they said. I was just kind of like standing there. They probably said a few choice words to him, whatever. And at that point, I'm like, all right, I'm going to head back to the shop. It's just right across the street. So I turn around and I walk back. And then I said, thanks, guys, for looking out. And then I walk into the store and I was talking to my staff for a minute. And I see the one main guy that's in charge of like the other guys over there. He wears like the vest. Yeah. That's exactly what it sounded like. Yeah. That was going on in the back. Yeah, that's what's going on. And then I look at the one main guy that's in charge of all the other ones, right? And he's got his arms crossed and he's just staring down the street. I'm like, what is this guy doing right now? By the time I got from that store and walked across Grand Boulevard, got into my store, they'd already run this guy a quarter of a mile down the street. And I didn't even realize it because in 35 seconds that it took me to walk back across the street, they ran this guy a quarter of the mile down the street. He's just standing there with his arms crossed and just watching him, making sure he didn't come back over and mess with me again.
That's awesome, man. That's awesome.
It was pretty funny, man.
I think you wasted way too much of your time on this guy.
Oh, you know what? I did too.
If he wasn't willing to say, I'll work for a couple hours.
Yeah, exactly.
Then he's not worth it.
Yeah, no, I totally agree with you. But you know what? It's just something like I can't let things like that go. You know what I mean? Like it'll just eat away at me for hours.
The ones that are on the corners looking for money.
Yeah,
blah, blah. If you look close enough, within a block, there's a liquor store.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Every time.
You know where they're going.
Yeah. No, I know. And these guys that are over by my shop, you know what I mean? Like they're part of it. Like I know them because they're always there. You know what I mean? They see me pulling up in the morning. They see me leaving. They
that's
say,
where they live, and that's where you live.
Yeah.
I mean, basically.
Yeah, pretty much. So I went and I told the one guy, I was heading out for the day, and I went and I told the one guy, the guy with the vest on, the leader, I say, hey, man, I said, if you need anything, I said, if you're hungry or something today, I said, just go over there and let the guys know that I said to get a sandwich, right? And he looked, and I said, I got you, and he looks at me, he's like, no, man. He's like, I got you. He's like, and then he puts his arms up like Superman. He's like, U.S. Marine right here. He's like, you don't have to worry about anything if I'm here.
Wow.
And I'm like, all right, cool, man. Go get you a sandwich.
What you should have done is fed the other guys right in front of him.
I know. That would have been, that'd have been mean. Yeah.
Oh, man.
That would have been mean. Yeah.
Turn on the orchestra music.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So I just wanted to share that story with you. It was kind of funny. For those of you that have been listening for the last, 2 or 3 weeks in our regular audience out there, you know that I've been going through this struggle to get my vehicle repaired, and it's still at the shop as we speak. Well, I'm going to lead into one thing that I hate today and one thing only, and then I'll elaborate on that. So usually I have about 4 or 5 different things lined up for this segment called Things That I Hate, but today there's only one thing, and it's one thing only that I hate today. I hate United Automobile Insurance Company. That's the name of this company.
And Mercedes.
Oh, we'll get to that. And I'm going to tell everybody why right now. So over almost 2 months ago now, driving down US 19, got rear-ended. Guy wasn't paying attention, probably looking at his phone. Light turned green, thought I moved. I didn't move. He hit the gas, plowed right into the back of me. No big deal. It is what it is. That's why we have insurance, So we exchange information. We call the police. They come out, write up an official report. He gets the ticket, obviously, because he was at fault. Go about our business.
Makes sense.
I get home and I'm thinking to myself, all right, well, this guy's got insurance. Let me call this insurance company first, see what's going on with that. So I called them up and they allowed me to put in a claim directly through them. So I didn't have to go through my personal insurance.
Oh, that's good.
Win-win for me, I'm thinking, right?
Right, you're thinking.
My rates are going to stay the same. They're not going to go up. I'm not going to have any, problems with my insurance company moving forward. I'll just do everything through these guys. So I filed the claim. Immediately, I get text message confirmation back. Everything is good to go. A couple days passes. The adjuster calls me, says, we need this additional information, blah, blah, blah. Send me pictures. I do everything they asked me to do. And next thing you know, I get a check in the mail about 2 weeks later for $1,243.07. I hadn't even had the car looked at or appraised for the damages at this point because the car was still drivable. I was still driving the car. So I'm like, well, how can they make that decision that the damages are $1,200 when I haven't even had the car appraised yet? So I immediately called the insurance company, said, hey, and, tell them what's going on. I talked to just a representative that answered the phone. I didn't call my adjuster. And they said, go ahead and take it down to the collision center, get it appraised, and we'll send out a supplemental check, whatever the difference is. Okay, no problem. Go down to Sun Collision over there in Newport Richey. Shout out to those guys because they're doing a great job. And the damages on the vehicle are $10,900. Okay, so I submit that. This was about, I guess it's been in the shop now for over a month almost at this point. Call the adjuster, doesn't answer the phone. Goes right to voicemail. Leave her a message. Wait, doesn't call me back. Next day, call the adjuster. Goes to voicemail. Doesn't call me back. Wait. Next day, call the adjuster. Goes to voicemail. I can't get a hold of this woman to save my life for anything whatsoever. She does not respond to phone calls. She does not answer calls. She just simply ignores everything. So then I'm like, well, let me talk to a supervisor. I sit on hold for 40 minutes. I wait to get a hold of somebody. I need to speak to a supervisor, please. Sends me right to voicemail. The supervisor's voicemail. Leave them a message. They never call me back. I'm going back and forth with this insurance company now for about 3.5 weeks that the car has been in the repair shop. So finally, I get a call from the Sun Collision. They said, yeah, your car's going to be ready either today or tomorrow, which would be either yesterday or today. I said, awesome. Did you guys get that supplemental check from the insurance company yet? No, we haven't. And we can't release the vehicle until we get the difference. Obviously, they want to get paid for the work they're doing. Call Mercedes. That's the adjuster. Goes to voicemail. Left her a message. Then I said, I'm going to call her back. So I said, Mercedes, this is what I left her the message on the voicemail. I said, Mercedes, I'm looking for that supplemental check. I need that for my car to be released. It's going to be done tomorrow. No problem. I said, it's no problem. Just give me a call back and let me know. I said, I'm probably not going to hear back from you because you never return phone calls. So I'm going to call you back in 3 minutes and remind you. So I watch my clock. 3 minutes goes by. I call her back. Hey, Mercedes, this is Eric. Here's my claim number, blah, blah, blah. Just calling you back. It's been 3 minutes since we spoke last. I'm looking to get that supplemental check. Just give me a call back when you got time. I'll call you back in another 3 minutes. 3 minutes passes. I call her back again. I called her 25 times, Ed, in 3-minute increments. Finally, on the 26th phone call, she answered the phone. I said, oh my God. And I expected it to go to voicemail again.
So you were all wrapped up.
Yeah, I was all ready to go. I already had my line worked up. I was going to say on the message and everything. No, she answers the phone. I was like, it took me literally 26 phone calls in 3-minute increments to get this woman on the phone. She probably got so sick and tired of seeing my phone number pop up in her caller ID. So anyway, I got to sign a bunch of documents that I haven't gotten from them yet. And then they're going to release a supplemental check. And hopefully I'll be able to get my car back within the next day or two.
Did you cash the first check?
Oh, no.
I was going to say,
nope.
Don't do that.
No.
That could be deemed as
absolutely. Yep. Finalization. Yep. Yeah, exactly. No, it's just sitting on my kitchen table. It's just waiting. And I can't cash it anyway. I got to give it to the Sun Collision Center. So it's just, what's the point? You know what I mean? It's just sitting there.
I might as well just pass it on.
But I mean, you got to be kidding me. I mean, that's the insurance company. So that's the thing that I hate the most today. United Automobile Insurance Company. I hear the phone ring, and maybe that's Mercedes calling. I'm listening to your radio show, and I just want to let you know that your check is in the mail. Yeah, right, Mercedes, I'm sure.
She was built for that job.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, it's been a complete nightmare to get through this process with the car. But nonetheless, hopefully it's going to be over in the next day or two, and we can get back to normal schedule. Do I have a call out there right now? Robert, you're on with Mike and Eric on the Knife and Fork Show. You got to make it quick, buddy, because I got about a minute to go before the show ends. What can we do for you today?
I'm just going to let you know that the other thing you need to file, because that was a substantial damage to your car, if it was $10,000, is you can file a diminished value claim against them for the lost value of your vehicle.
Oh, really?
Anyway, it just so happens you get the information from Ed I do a radio show there.
Okay.
That's what I do for a living. Okay, so I just
Outstanding.
want to throw that out at you because people aren't aware of the fact the lost value of the vehicle, the
Awesome.
loss of use of the vehicle,
Yeah.
and the rental car.
No kidding.
That's state law in Florida.
Cool, man. I'm gonna get your name and number when the show ends. I appreciate the heads up, buddy. Thanks for getting me in the loop.
All right. The name of the company, just for a shameless plug, is Gulfstream Motorsports. If anybody needs Semitic value.
Sounds
Thank
good.
Sounds
Thanks,
great,
brother. I appreciate you. Hey, listen, you guys, it's been a great show again, as always, this week. It's been a great Thursday morning. We're going to wrap this show up. We got about 20 seconds. We're going to let you hear a little bit of the beautiful Rage Against the Machine as we exit the building. We'll be here again, same bat time, same back channel next week. See you next Thursday. Mike, you got anything?
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
WTAN, Clearwater,
FM 106.1,
WDCF, Dade City,
FM 102.9.